Hi y'all, Susie Toronto here. So this morning I was walking along the beach and one of my friends that lives in the condos with me came across her on the beach and she asked me how my new video studio was coming along, as I've been telling her all about it and the changes we've been making. Do y'all like the changes? I think it's pretty nice, doesn't it? So anyway, she asked me, she says, well, do you get scared when you're on camera and you're having to do all of that? And I said, well, heck yeah. And she looked at me in total surprise and she said, you're scared? And I go, yeah. And she goes, well, you don't look it. And I go, well, good. I'm glad I don't look scared. And she says, well, how do you do that? How do you come across so confident? She says, do you just like fake it till you make it? And kind of didn't like that terminology, fake it, because to me, faking it almost has a dishonesty feel to it. And I think that there is a difference between a dishonesty feel and a faking and not being real and simply acting as if. So the title of this blog is Acting as If, and how do you actually do that? So I was blessed to be raised by a mother that raised me to believe I could do anything. And I can remember one time actually her telling somebody, when I was off doing some little weird thing and a neighbor was asking her, you know, what I was up to. My mom goes, you know, if that child had half as much talent as she does guts, she really is going to amount to something. I do have a lot of guts, but I have those guts because I was raised by a mother who said failure wasn't the end of the world. It wasn't a mistake. So anyway, she just told me to always put my game face on and act as if. So not fake it till you make it, but act as if. Act as if you can do anything. Act as if sitting in front of this camera with all these lights on doesn't faze me. Act as if you can do anything you set your mind to. So how do you do that? Well, I've got 3 steps that I always try to follow when I'm doing something that's just a little bit out of my comfort zone, which, by the way, this is. The first thing I do is draw on resources. I reach out to everybody I possibly can. I reach out to friends and want to know what they're interested in, what advice they have. You'd be surprised how many people would say, put your hair back. Oh, I need to put my hair back. One of my friends says, keep your hair back away from your face. It looks better that way. So, I always ask Rob here in the studio what advice he has, what tips he can give me. And it's not about me not knowing intuitively or doing what feels right. It's about relying on resources of people I love and I trust. So reach out to your friends, reach out to those who love you, and especially listen and reach out to those who maybe don't think you're all that hot, because some of the things that they tell you may be a real eye-opener to you. So reach out to your friends and family for help and for resources. The other thing that I like to do is to draw on the resources of the talents that I have. I have to look back and remember, wait a minute, I've done this before. For some reason, going live on Facebook and just chatting with you about product or about funny things that are happening seems a lot easier than making a formal video like this. But by remembering it's the same thing, I can put my mind in a frame of mind where I'm not freaking out quite so much. More often than not, we blow the task in front of us way out of proportion, make it way bigger than it ever was to begin with, and pile more baggage on ourselves than we really don't need to. So draw on your resources and reach out to those who can help you. The second thing that I want you to do in acting as if is to act on faith. You gotta believe you can do it. You got to say it and you got to believe it. There is nothing worse than telling yourself, I can't. I just can't do it. I can't do that. I can't. There's no way I can do that. Well, guess what? You say that and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Every task you're about to start, don't say, well, I can't do that. I don't know how. Instead, think in your mind, this is going to be exciting. It's going to be a new adventure in learning something new and something fun. Even though you think you're saying I can't do this, I need some help, in a good attitude, when you put those kind of negative words out, it makes a difference with the kind of energy that you attract. People want to help you if you're positive and upbeat. So reach out with positive words, acting on faith. Act on a faith that you can't see and that you can't feel, but it's there. You may have to dig down deeper to a level of strength and courage that you didn't even know you had, but I guarantee that you can do it. Now, the third thing I want you to do, number 3, stop listening to the voices that are telling you you can't do that. You didn't do a very good job on that last one. What's wrong with your hair? What's wrong with your whatever? Stop listening. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. You need to push forward without listening to the voices that are telling you you can't or you're not doing it up to their perceived standards. The only person that you need to answer to is yourself. So that's my formula for getting past scary situations and acting as if. Act as if you're not afraid. And if you are afraid, it's okay. Just do it afraid. But just act as if you've got the world by the tail. Draw on the resources, all the family and friends that you've got around you. Act on the faith and draw on your inner strength that you can do it. And stop listening to what everybody else has to say. I know that you can do it. You just need to know that you can. Aloha and mahalo.